Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Got some exciting news. This is going to be a small change on the channel here. I picked up an F15 X5 over the weekend. Traded in my E70 X5, which I had for almost 7 years, 6.5 years. These cars are at the tail end of their depreciation curve, and I'm excited to get into some newer style coating, working on the F series chassis. This has an N55. I have an N54 already on my 3 series. I'm going to get into some MHD tuning, maybe some intercooler downpipes. Try to aim for over 400 horsepower on this thing. Just to go over this car really quickly, it has the sport wheels. It's got the X-line trim, which gives you the silver accent on the bumper, and the sport arches. It's a really nice color. I'm a fan of it. I believe it's called graphite, dark graphite. You can see around the front bumper it has that silver trim. Overall, really nice looking car. And you can pick one of these up for really cheap now. It's 4 years old, but talking low 20s to get into one of these. Not bad at all. I'll give you a quick tour on the inside. Big upgrade over the X5 that I had before, the E70. It was a great car, I loved it, but had it for quite a while. All the E series coating, I showed it on my 3 series, and I can still continue to show that, but I want to get into some of the F series stuff. I'm sure a lot of you guys are looking at one of these cars. Has the rear climate, it has an ivory interior. It's got the soft closed doors, which is nice. It's got the ceramic shifter with that smoked chrome look. One problem that I noticed with it is it has deteriorated climate control buttons. I wanted to see if they made that where you could buy the individual buttons. Not available, so I'll be actually just taking that apart and buying a used one and correcting that. But other than that, the leather's in good shape. Looks pretty good overall. Has the usual features, all the driver's assistant stuff. You can see that right there. So I may do like an updated cluster, full digital cluster, etc. Just expect a lot of content on this car. I'm happy to have one of these finally. I've been looking into it for a while. I'm actually pretty excited to actually have an N55. Let me show you that. Here's the motor. Sorry for the lighting, not very bright, but it's still bone stock. So I noticed the oil filter housing gasket seems to be sweating, leaking. That's going to be one of the first DIYs. And the valve cover gasket's just starting to go, I could tell. So, all in all, this car doesn't have too many issues, but expect some good DIYs on the N55. Now we have an N54 and an N55. Don't plan on getting rid of my N54 anytime soon. Still planning on keeping the 3 series, and still you should expect more content on this car. It's done me well. It's probably one of the main reasons you guys subscribe to this channel. But at the same time, there's a lot of E90 guys that probably want some N55 content, so this car will help fill that void. Really like the color of the paint. It's pretty sweet actually. So just a quick introduction to the new F15 X5. Expect tons of content on this. I'm sure some of you guys will be sad to see the E70 go, but I've had that for a long time. It's done me well. And anything I could have shown on that car in terms of coating, I kind of already did on the 3 series. That's why I didn't even bother making videos for that car. It's really, there's no difference. All the modules and everything are the same. And if you guys want a video talking about the differences between the F15 and X5 and the E70, some of the notable differences, just let me know. I'd be happy to do a review. Just off the bat, I can tell you that it's a lot more comfortable. Steering is softer and whatnot. the N55 actually, even though I had a 4.8 N62 all motor, it seems to be similar in speed, especially even on the highway. It's probably a bit quicker. Initial throttle tip in on this car is a little softer. So power delivery on the N55 is pretty good, but you know, it doesn't compare to an all motor V8 in terms of initial throttle tip in and torque down low. But I'm sure that could be easily rectified with an MHD tune. Luckily they finally brought that out for the F series cars, so looking forward to putting that on there. I'll start with just a tune, and then we're going to do intercooler and downpipes, etc. So all in all, this car is quite the upgrade. You can get into one of these for really cheap now, but again, it's not the kind of car you want to buy unless you can DIY it yourself, and that's what I'm here for. So hopefully you guys are excited to see some content on this car. Don't worry, the E90 is not going anywhere anytime soon. This is still a timeless look and whatnot. Still holds its own with the LCI upgrades and whatnot. Happy with this car, but excited to get into a modern BMW and show you guys some of the things you can do. This is a 2014 and it's an all-wheel drive. It's got the X-Drive package, as you can see. So just a quick introduction to the N55 Powered X5. I specifically sought out the N55 because it's quick enough, and especially when you do some tunes and whatnot, it'll be pretty decent. I actually wasn't interested in the V8 on this model. I wanted the 6 and I wanted to tune it just to get you guys some N55 content. So quick introduction. I'm going to insert a quick clip of me saying goodbye to the X5 at the dealership, and we'll conclude this video. Just a quick video. We're about to trade in this car. Had it for almost 7 years. Giving it a quick send off. Had it for a long time. Got a new F15 X5 now, so I can get you guys some new content. But yeah, final look at our car. Had it for a long time. Kind of feels like part of the family. Kind of sad, but at the same time, time to move on. So look out for more content on the F15. I enjoyed this car. It was a great car, fun car, but on to new things. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content on the F series.